This may sound really strange, but actually it can sometimes be a really good thing to hate the way that you sound and the way that you're playing. All right, hopefully you haven't clicked away from that little intro, and hopefully you're interested and will let me explain a little bit more about what I mean. So hating your playing is maybe a little bit strong of a word. It's not great to just be generally negative about yourself and say that, oh man, I suck and I'm never gonna be as good as this person and all that stuff. That's bad. We don't wanna be doing that. But what can be really beneficial is hearing something in your playing that really bothers you. For example, say you play a certain note and that note is always really fuzzy, or maybe when you articulate, there's a little bit of a thuddiness at the beginning of your articulation, or say when you're slurring a big interval, sometimes you get an undertone or a grunt on the higher notes. Things like that can be really bothersome and can sometimes be really frustrating, where you're playing and this same thing just is always happening and you can't seem to figure out how to make it better, and it's just bothering the heck out of you. But that kind of instinct is really, really important for improving. Imagine you had a beginner who never heard clarinet playing, didn't even really know what the clarinet was supposed to sound like. They might start squawking and honking away and playing all kinds of weird notes and not be bothered by it at all, honestly. They might be like, oh, this is a cool sound I'm making. This is really interesting, just because they have no training or no knowledge to know otherwise. Now, most of us, even when we're starting clarinet in 4th or 5th grade or whenever you're starting, you have some background, you've heard classical music, even if it's in commercials, and you know what right notes are supposed to sound like, and you kind of have an idea of what good tone is supposed to sound like. So most people won't squawk and honk and think that that sounds good. But some people will also play basically the right notes, basically the right rhythms with kind of a good clarinet sound and think, yeah, I'm doing pretty good. That's fine. That's how this should go. And they don't ever get that extra level of refinement and nuance because they're never bothered by the mistakes they're making. You see, when you're bothered by a mistake you're making, when that thuddiness to your articulation really annoys you, then you're gonna change it. And that's the magic of hating the way that you sound. So next time you're playing through something and you're just really annoyed or frustrated, thinking, oh, why can't I get whatever to work? Remember that that's actually a good sign. That means that, number one, you know how it should go. You're able to recognize that you're not doing it the way that you want. And that's going to make you change, and that's going to motivate you to practice so that you can actually end up getting what you want. And the more you do that, the pickier you get, the better and better clarinetist and musician you'll become. One little caveat too, don't just always think, oh, I need to go in there and see what I hate about my playing today and see what I'm sucking at today. Do also take the time to enjoy the things that you're doing well, and also be really satisfied when you make the improvements. When your thuddy articulation starts to clear up and go away, think, awesome, I'm getting better at that. I'm not as annoyed by that so far. And then raise your standards another level and go after that next step. But don't just go in there always being negative and sad about how you sound. I hope this will actually help you to feel more positive and realize that things that you don't like in your playing are actually making you a better player. So I hope that's helpful. Thanks so much for watching this. If you liked it, leave a like so that I can know to make more content like this, and I look forward to seeing you in another video.